Hey guys, over the last few weeks in South Africa, we have had some incredible things happening in the political arena. And it got me thinking around issues to do with mercy and justice, issues to do with equity for the poor and the broken, and bringing God's kingdom into both the lowest places of society and the highest places of society. And what it means for the prophetic, and what specifically it means for the prophetic in this generation. And as I've been thinking about this, I felt like God's been giving me some insight into the rising millennial prophetic movement that I believe is going to impact this generation and release a new sound and a new way of thinking around the prophetic. And one of the key things I feel like God is speaking to me about is being connected to his heart of love for justice and mercy, not one or the other, but both together. And I believe being prophetic for us in this season means that we're speaking to issues to do with racism, to do with gender inequality, to do with equity share in terms of releasing wealth to the broken and the poor of society, and not buying simply into a system of capitalism or socialism, but bringing God's heart into that arena so that we see the broken lifted and restored. And I believe God wants to release millennial prophets who are able to connect to his heart, who are able to feel his emotion for the broken, who are able to prophesy into circumstances that impact war-torn countries as well as wealthy countries, that are able to release new perspectives and a new language that is more emotionally connected, more spiritually intelligent, and more engaging with culture in order to transform it. I believe God wants to release prophets who think differently, who get into the nitty-gritty of society. Under the old covenant, prophets were detached from society and lived isolated lives, disconnected. But Jesus models what it's like to be the best prophet. He gets his hands dirty. He gets stuck into society. He lifts up the place of women. He speaks to the outsider, the foreigner, the sojourner. He releases them into a place of destiny. He goes after those outside of the promises of God for Israel. And he says, you're also part of that promise. And I believe that the prophetic ministry needs to release a sound that brings the disenfranchised, the broken, the hurting back in. And I believe God wants to use millennials to do that because they're so aware of who they are and what God wants to do. And I believe God is going to release that through this generation in this next season.